Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. So today I'm making a three-way split tumbler, and I'm starting off with a 20-ounce skinny tumbler that I got from the Stainless Depot, and I went ahead and sanded and cleaned it up and spray painted the whole thing white. And then with my painter's tape, I just went and evenly split the tumbler down the middle. And I'm going in with my glitter glue, and I'm going to go ahead and use Opal Majesty, this gorgeous white glitter that I get from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I'm going to go ahead and coat that with it, and I'm going to let that sit and dry for 3 hours, and then I'm going to go in with another coat of my glitter glue and make sure that I have it all nice and sealed so I can start working on the other side. So on the other side, I'm going to do an angled split. So I'm going to go ahead and put my decal on here and kind of line it up to see exactly how much room I'm going to need on the top half. And then I'm going to take my painter's tape and I'm going to tape that portion off. And I'm going to go ahead and also tape off all of the glittered section because I want to make sure that I don't get any spray paint on that. If you haven't done so yet, come check out my Lily Bean Crafters Community Facebook group. I'll go ahead and I'll link that in the description for you. So for the top of the angled split, I used Bare Premium's roasted corn for that pretty yellow color. And then for the bottom, I used Rust-Oleum's Ultra Matte in rustic pink. And I let those two sections dry completely before I moved on. And now I'm going in with my glitter glue. And I'm going to work on the yellow section here. And I'm going to be using Duckling from Peachy Olive Glitters. Once the duckling was dry, I'm going to go ahead with my glitter glue again and cover this pink section really carefully. And then I'm going to be using pink sands from Peachy Olive Glitter to complete the glitter portion of this tumbler. Once I let that dry for 3 hours, I'm going to go in with my glitter glue and I'm just going to cover all of the glitter. And I'm going to do each section individually because I want to make sure that I get it all sealed in the right spots. And I'm going to let this dry for another 3 hours and then we're going to start getting some epoxy on here. So for my first coat of epoxy, I am going to go in with 20 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Fast Set Epoxy, and I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for roughly 3 hours, and then I'm going to go in with another 10 to 15 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Fast Set Epoxy and get the second coat on here so that we can start working on the decal work. So I got this cute decal vinyl set from 311 Co. And when I saw it on Wendy's website, I had to have it because I love all things tacos, guacamole, and margaritas. So this one was a no-brainer. So that is what I decided to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure off this vinyl. I did go with a clear vinyl because I wanted you to really see the glitter underneath. And this is just kind of the process that I used. And I have a discount code. It is LBC10 to save 10%. Now that I have it all measured out to what size I need for the tumbler, I'm going to use the hinge method to apply it. So I'm just going to cut a small strip here and apply this open piece directly to the side that it's going to be on the tumbler, and I'm going to measure it up. I'm going to go ahead and apply it very carefully, and it is a removable vinyl, so if there are any problems, it's very easy to peel it up. It's also really easy to get rid of any little bubbles that might come with it. So that's just what I'm going to take my time doing here. And if you do any work with vinyl, I really recommend getting one of these large squeegees. This thing is a lifesaver. I got this one from the Bowen. And I'm going to go right in with the decal and apply it right now. And with the decal, I say it all the time, I just measure it up. I don't do any hinge method with decals. That just never works for me. So I'm just going to line it up, start in the middle, pressing down the center of it, and then bringing it out. And then it's all set. And I'm going to be going in now with about 10 mLs of my Flynn Sister Fast Set Epoxy. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a nice healthy coat on there and let that dry for 4 hours. And then I'm going to start doing all of the trim on it. The hardest part for me with this tumbler was figuring out what color trim I wanted to use, and I got this vinyl during Prime Days on Amazon. It's from Tech Wrap Crafts, and it's just a really unique color, so I decided to do this as the undercoat on my trim, and then I'm gonna line it up everywhere, and then I'm gonna go over it with a thinner coat of my champagne textured vinyl that I also get from Tech Wrap Crafts. And I'll go ahead and I'll link both of those in my description. Also decided to do an extra thin line of the champagne textured vinyl just to give the tumbler a little bit more dimension. Now I'm going in with my final coats of epoxy. So here is 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Fast Set Epoxy. I'm going to go ahead and apply that everywhere, pop all the bubbles, and let that spin for 4 hours. And then I'm going to sand the tumbler down really well. Make sure that it has all smooth edges and no problems around the rim. And then I'm going to go in with my final 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters medium viscosity artist resin and let that spin for 8 to 10 hours, and then it will be ready. And here is the final product. It turned out so pretty. All of the colors really came together, and I love how the vinyl looks over the glitter. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see everybody again next week. Bye-bye.